Hi extended family, I'd like to share my chicken soup recipe, which is really a chicken broth recipe, with you to keep you healthy this winter. It was a very snowy cold day here in New Jersey, and so I was very inspired to make this again. Anyway, using avocado oil, maybe just a tablespoon of it, and here is a whole chicken that's been cut up, organic chicken. Here are my herbs. I have thyme, rosemary, fresh, organic, and they come in containers like these. And some of the veggies we'll be using today is onions, garlic, some fresh organic carrots. And here are my spices. I have salt, cayenne pepper, black pepper, turmeric, an amazing anti-inflammatory that goes into almost every food. I do add water, filtered water, but I also use a little bit of low sodium chicken broth. Read the ingredients though, because it has quite a few ingredients in there, and you want to make sure that you're not sensitive to anything. One of my key ingredients that I learned from my brothing book is adding apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, Bragg's particularly, is excellent. Make sure you shake it, mix it up so you get the mother of the apple cider vinegar mixed in. Anyway, about 3 tablespoons to leach minerals out of the chicken bones. Anyway, I have my hot pot, my all-clad slow cooker going at high. What I'm going to do is add in my onions. This is like a no-brainer recipe. If you notice, I am not adding any celery. My recent food sensitivity test showed that I was actually sensitive to celery, so I'm skipping that from my dish. Adding rosemary. Working with a slow cooker is easy. You just really dump everything in. And I'm going to let this brown for another half hour. In the meantime, I'm going to go right by the fireplace, read a book, and I'll be back. All right, let's take a look. Oops, that's hot. All right, we got a little color here, and it's time for us to add our chicken. I leave the skin on because there's a lot of fat in the skin, and if you are using organic chicken, you really don't have to take that. Organic grass-fed chicken, you don't have to remove the skin. In fact, it'll add to the taste of that broth. Okay, that's a lot of chicken I added, Sophia. I'm going to add in my carrots. As simple as that. Let's add in a few spices. Sea salt. You don't need to add too much salt initially. You can always adjust the salt and apple cider vinegar later. I always add cayenne pepper. Excellent for the respiratory system. A little bit of heat is always good. Here's my turmeric. Oh, let's just add it like that. So about quarter teaspoon of turmeric. Some fresh black pepper, and you can always adjust these later. Okay, let's mix that all up. Definitely you'll have to add some salt in later. So I'm going to let this mixture sit for another maybe half hour while I go back to my reading, and I'll be back to add the rest of my ingredients, which is really the broth and apple cider vinegar. All right, see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, it's ready for the last phase. It's been sitting for about half hour. I'm shaking some chicken broth. Actually, all of it. You can use vegetable broth. And that's about 32 fluid ounces. So let's put in, last thing is apple cider vinegar, about 3 teaspoons. I just measure it. This is a 1/4 cup measure, a little less than the 1/4 cup. Let's add it in, and just a little water to cover the rest of the chicken, filtered water. And let's give it a quick stir. You can add parsley if you want it, some greens. Some people add spinach, but when I'm making just plain fresh broth, I keep it nice, simple, and basic. So we're gonna close this and low. And let's see if it goes higher. Right, on low setting, I can bring it up to 12 hours. And we're gonna cook this for about 12 hours. See you tomorrow morning. Good night. So here's the outcome 12 hours later. What I will do now is separate out the broth into canning jars and store it for the week. I'll take the chicken, perhaps make a nice curry chicken salad, and if I get a moment, I'll even put the recipe up for you. Enjoy!